There's a moment I see and again with female entrepreneurs. It usually doesn't look very dramatic. It looks like waking up already very tired, opening your laptop and feeling a heaviness that you just can't quite explain, and then telling yourself, oh, I'll deal with my health later, I'll go to the gym when things calm down. And there's a saying I come back to time and time again, which is, if you don't make time for your wellness, you're going to be forced to make time for your illness. And for female entrepreneurs, this isn't just a quote, it's a pattern. Because when you're building a business, it's often your body and your nervous system that quietly carry the cost. And what makes this difficult is that many women just don't realize what's happening until they are already exhausted and they say, oh my gosh, I'm feeling burnt out. If you're new around here, then welcome. I am Ailish and I help female entrepreneurs to create successful businesses without sacrificing their health, happiness, or their life. And these women that I work with are deeply smart, they're hugely committed to what they're building, and they're doing well on paper. But the thing is, their bodies are quietly struggling behind the scenes. Now, don't get me wrong, female entrepreneurs are some of the most capable and resilient people I know. And if you're watching this, then I know you'll resonate with that in yourself. We make decisions constantly. We carry responsibility for income, for clients and teams. And we often are supporting our family too. And yet we live with uncertainty every single day. Now, will this be a profitable month? Will this work? What happens if something changes? What's going on in the economy? And over time, we get used to this and we adapt. But here's the part that matters. Just because you have adapted to uncertainty and feeling this low-level stress doesn't mean that your nervous system isn't affected by it. Now, from a neuroscience perspective, uncertainty is actually one of the most stressful states for your brain. Now, your nervous system is constantly asking two questions. Am I safe? And can I predict what's coming next? And when the outcomes are unclear, especially around money, time, or security, your brain stays on high alert all the time. And even if you tell yourself that you're coping, I don't really feel stressed, I don't really do stress, your body may still be like bracing underneath. And these stress hormones, like cortisol, stay elevated in your body. And your nervous system doesn't fully down-regulate and go into that parasympathetic nervous state. And you live on this low-level, like switched on state day after day. And that's exhausting, even if you don't call it stress. And there's another layer that we often don't talk about. As women, and especially as female entrepreneurs, we're not just holding uncertainty of our own lives and businesses. We're also living in a world with constant background stress. There's environmental destruction, human suffering, war, violence, political instability, and even if you're not watching the news every single day, your nervous system is still taking this in, because the brain doesn't only respond to what's happening to you, but it also responds to what's happening and what it perceives as a threat in the outside wider environment. Now, our nervous systems evolved to handle these small local dangers, but not constant global input all the time. So when there's no resolution or clear signal, the body stays in a state of background vigilance. So even when your life looks fine on the outside, your nervous system may still be carrying this grief, this fear or overwhelm all the time without a clear place for it to go. Now, I often hear female entrepreneurs say, I don't really get stressed. And I believe them, because stress doesn't always look like anxiety or panic or like panic attacks or anything like that. But sometimes it can look like constant productivity. Now, in Positive Intelligence, which I'm a licensed practitioner of, we talk about something called the hyperachiever. And this is the part of you that feels safest when you're accomplishing, when you're producing, or you're moving forward. You're not relaxed, you're regulating your nervous system through achievement. So when your nervous system only feels safe when you're doing, it never gets the signal that it's okay to rest. and there's no pause at any point, there's no completion, there's no integration. And over time, this creates a really subtle depletion in yourself. So that can look like less joy, less creativity, fatigue that sleep doesn't fix. And you can be highly functional and still be slowly burning out. Now, most female entrepreneurs don't neglect wellness because they don't care. They neglect it because they're responsible. There's always one more thing to handle, one more person relying on you, one more push before you rest. And what ends up happening is meals get skipped, sleep becomes negotiable, rest gets postponed, exercise almost becomes like this form of punishment instead of support. But your nervous system doesn't understand later on. It only responds to what is happening right now. Now, in Japanese philosophy, there are two concepts called Kensho and Satori moments of insight or awakening. And in the body, these moments often show up very, very quietly. Now, the Satori moments are waking up tired, even after sleep, feeling more irritable and snapping at our partner or kids, losing excitement for work you once loved, and tightness in your chest, or needing more caffeine just to function. And these aren't things to push through. They're moments of awareness. These are invitations to adjust before something bigger happens, which is that Kensho moment. Now, burnout and illness rarely arrive suddenly. They're actually built from dozens of ignored, what I like to call paper cuts to my clients. And when those signals are ignored for long enough, the body eventually forces a pause. And that's when wellness actually becomes illness. And chronic fatigue, anxiety or panic or hormonal disruption, digestive issues all come about, and burnout happens that rest alone doesn't fix. Now, this isn't your body betraying you. It's your body insisting on you caring for it. Because wellness isn't self-care fluff, it's business infrastructure. It's your nervous system shaping your decision-making. Your energy determines your capacity. Your health determines how long you can actually lead for. And a business that only works when you're depleted isn't sustainable. Now, having self-awareness and noticing those small red flags is how you protect both your health and your success, so it can be sustainable over a long period of time. And if you don't make time for your wellness, your body will eventually make the decision for you. So it's a little bit of a wake-up call, really, isn't it? You're allowed to build a business that supports your nervous system, your health, and your life. And if you're ready to start, I've shared some resources down below which are completely free for you to download. Now, if this was enlightening in any way, shape, or form, I would absolutely love to know what you thought. If you have put any practices in place to help you build a sustainable business that supports your health as well, or any health practices that you absolutely love, which you would love to share with anybody else watching, then all you need to do is comment below. Now, thank you so much for watching. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe because it really supports my channel. And I will see you on the next video.